See where my fucking day brought me to today. So you can see all them fucking gas pumps, and it's not gas like gasoline. Gas like natural gas is what they're pumping for. But those send all the crude shit in there, and then they let the fumes rise. And through this whole system, I don't know how the fuck that works, so I ain't even gonna fucking try and tell you. But somewhere in there, this is vapor inlet, so I'm guessing this is where the vapor comes in. And then through here, this is the inlet valve on our compressor. And this isn't an ordinary compressor. This is for fume compression. And then once it compresses it and it comes out of our separator, and here's our discharge at the other end of our discharge, and then it turns it into a fucking fuel. This is some crazy shit. I've never seen anything like this. This is a big first time for me. I don't think my boss understood exactly what the fuck we were coming into. He thought it was just an ordinary compressor. I mean, the company's just called Matrix. I don't think he understood their fucking gas company. This is completely out of our territory, honestly, but I mean, I'm gonna attempt it anyways. The principles of it are all the same. It's just this is not for compressing air, it's for compressing natural gases. To be honest, I'm a little out of my comfort zone. So all I really want to do right now is to just remove this and then take this piece off, so that way I can just run this independently and see why it's not sucking in. And I got to get this cover off too. I think if I'm going to be able to pull this whole cover out, I might have to remove this depending on how far the inlet valve comes out. So pretty interesting today. Out of the ordinary. I know it's gonna be a fucking random ass video. I almost shit my pants the first time I came here. I was like, no fucking way. This is way out of my comfort zone. Way out of it. But I don't get too many opportunities to do shit like this, so I'm gonna take advantage. Alright, I'll come back when I get this thing off. Fucking with me right now is the fact that this gauge shows 60, and I can see clean right through it, so I know it's open, so I know there's no gas in here anymore. They said this is out of the system, but when I opened it, I can physically see the gas coming out, like distorting the air, and smell it bad. It was weird. Wait, what's this for fucking temperature? It doesn't actually show if I got pressure in here. So, okay. I think we're good to just take this off. Yeah. They got no pressure in there. That gauge over there shows us temperature. Really weird. Never seen that. If I get the rest of them out, I can get that one off maybe. Alright, got that piece off. See if we can get this big ass pipe out. Damn, they put that fucker on there good. Alright, I gotta get out Big Daddy. A big ass fucking pipe wrench. Show you guys what he looks like. Oh, as you can tell by this big fucking stick in front of me. Not a stick, but his pipe. Or end of the pipe wrench. I mean, fucking 48 inch. glad I just went straight to this one and said fuck the 36-inch one. Bet you this is what they used to put it on too. Alright. And that's Big Daddy. Hope y'all enjoy that little one. See what it looks like on the inside. The part I was worried about them hitting it was when it went in way too far, so now I gotta undo these as well. See, you know what? Maybe it'll be just enough if I crack them loose. See guys, snap-on tools come in real handy in the industrial field. Real handy. Quite a few of us do use snap-on tools in the industrial field. A lot of us do. It's a lot more rare to see a guy use snap-on tools in the industrial field though. A lot more rare. Some guys don't see the benefit in spending the money on something they can get at Harbor Freight or Home Depot. The guys that don't got snap-on shit in the industrial field, everyone else that does have it, they want to fucking use it all the time. It's like, nah, bitch. Spend your own money. This fucking thing. Shit, it started today even earlier than I did. Normally my day starts 8:30. I started today at 7:30. Fuck, I wish I started at 6:30. Still gotta undo it more. Alright, I'll just bring you guys back when that's all undone. I'm just gonna undo the whole thing. I got it to start once, and then I turned it off. Because the motor started and the whole system started going, but the inlet valve never got sucked up. And from looking at it, there's no solenoid valve to this that puts back pressure to push this inlet valve down. It looks like this just purely works off of suction. And even when it runs, there's no suction at all whatsoever. And a lot of this, the oil looks really clean, and all this black looks like the gas that's mixed in with it. But the oil does look clean though. And then the other part that's interesting is it spins freely, but it continues to spin. Now this is heavy, and I'm talking like, you know, 150 pounds heavy, the Aran. And it should be able to move. You will be able to push it, but my concern is the fact it spins too freely. Now, it has happened before, and when this has happened, the shaft in here stays connected, and this doesn't get loose or anything like that. It's fitted on, and I can see it when it spins. And you guys won't be able to see it on camera, but when it spins, the shaft connected to the Aran spins. Now, when this happened before, we brought one into the shop. When we pulled the air end out, the shaft connecting to the blade housing snapped. So it is possible that maybe just the motor's running and everything else is spinning, but the Aran isn't actually moving. And I'm starting to lean towards that's what happened, because this spins way too freely. You should be able to move it by hand, and when you move it by hand, you'll hear it kind of start to suck a little bit, because you are forming compression to some degree. But it spins way too freely. I think the fucking shaft snapped off the blade housing is what happened. And it's not too often that happens, but it does very rarely, and I think that's exactly what happened here. Now this is not for air, obviously, it's for natural gas, but the principle of it is all the same. You guys seen the other Mateys in my other videos, you know, they look really similar, the only difference being the cooler's here, and you know, on the compressors it's in the back by the fan. Now this isn't, you know, something that's super out of the ordinary, this is kind of old school. A lot of the old Mateys did this, as well as Hydrovane compressors. But this is really interesting. But I think the fucking shaft snapped off of the blade housing in here. That's what happened. But I've been trying to get it to start again so I can try and see if I can look at it again. But I think what I'm going to try and do right now is remove the valve cover here. And then when you remove this valve cover, you'll be able to see the bottom blade. And then I'm going to see if I can move the air in itself. And if I move the air in and the shaft doesn't move, then I know for sure that my shaft snapped off of my blade housing. So we'll go at that one next. Where's my hammer at? That is flat against it. There should just be only a gasket there. There we go. Yep. So we got that off. Let's see if we can take a look in there. See one of the blades. The blade snapped. See if the whole airing spins. Yeah, the blade snapped clean. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. The blade's fucking snapped clean. This airing's done. Alright, I don't know how good you guys can see it on there. Let's see if I can get you guys up close with it. But you can see in there. Fuck, I wish I had a better light next to me. Hold on a second. I hope you can see in there now. Right in that corner is a blade. And that blade is what actually forms the compression. And you can see where it broke off. I'll try and do this quick so I can get good both angles. But we'll spin the air in. And you can see it's moving. But the blades do not. Looks like what happened is some of the blades got stuck up in their housings. Let's see if we can get this a good spin. There we go. You can see we're spinning now, and in there, the housing's just rotating. The blades are all done. It's air and shot for sure. But at least I confirmed it, and the simple fix will be to replace this whole airing. That's what's going to take to replace it. I haven't got to replace the whole shell, but this portion right here, this plate, we got 10mm hex bolts in there, and those remove and we can pull this whole thing out. And we got to save like all this stuff, and then it comes attached to the new airing, and then we put it all back into this housing. But basically this has got to get removed, because this is one solid piece and this isn't going to be enough room to pull that out. So if we remove this, we got to take the whole unit back, and I think that's what we're going to probably rather want to do. is just take this whole system back and just run it on its own, so that way we know, okay, when we bring it back, it's gonna work for sure. But this is a pretty interesting one, guys. Real fucking different from my normal day. I think we'll probably get my uncle involved, our lead technician, with this, since this is a big opportunity for us to get a new account, and I'm really glad I'm the guy that was able to come out here. Just it looks better on me. But they got 10 sites like this, 10 of them, and they have this one, and that one took a crap, so they need a new one here as well. And then they have this old fucking dinosaur. It's a Wilmington compressor. And if any of you guys know Wilmington, they made a lot of old farm equipment like tractors and diggers and stuff like that, but they also made compressors, some really old ones. But you can see, this is just one site. This is their natural gas site. They do both crude oil and natural gas. So if we can get a fucking account like this, that would be awesome. I'd love to be the guy that saves the fucking day and gets a new account like that. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this one. It was really interesting. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on what goes on here if I come back. My cousin rides along with my uncle every day now, and so I don't know if maybe if my uncle comes back and if he'll be the one to do this. I might not be able to get you guys footage afterwards, but typically my boss is pretty good on when I'm trying to get accounts like this to let me be the one to come back, and so I might be the one to pull it out. It's a 50-50 right now, so but I'll see if I can keep you guys posted. Like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you guys think of this stop. This is tripping me out. It's gonna give me a story to tell when I go to work tomorrow. That's for sure. Y'all have a good evening. P.S. I gotta put this shit back together. They don't want any moisture getting into the system. Now typically I won't leave it completely like that. I mean, I'll kind of put shit back where it should be, or I'll put all the bolts in a nice pile and my parts on top of some rags so everything looks nice to me, but no, I can't do that here. They want me to put everything back together. They don't want no moisture getting into that piece. So I'm thinking what I might do, because they don't just want moisture in there, just assembling that back up and then duct taping the shit out of that pipe. This pipe right here. They don't want no moisture getting in there. So I think I'll just button all this back up and duct tape the fuck out of that, so that way they can't get water in there. That's fucked. It don't matter if that shit gets moisture. Alright guys, that was it. Hell of a good fucking evening. This is cool. Fucking really. I hope we get this shit.